Hey writers, hope you're having a great day. I thought I'd put this video together with a couple, three tips, three max on what I do when I'm stuck in my writing and I need to get unstuck. So 3 quick tips for you, because we all have been there. You don't want to go sit down at the computer because you just cannot figure out where to go with it, or maybe you're someone who just let free flows and you've been like putting all these words down and you feel like you're getting nowhere, you know? So either way, you're stuck. So 3 tips. My first one that I like to do, and that I do now when I'm writing any story, is the first thing I do is I just write the parts I know. Or especially if I'm stuck, I mean, there's always something that you know is going to happen, or something you really want to put in the book, or something you know about a character. So just go write that down, and that'll help get you into the flow, and it'll help get you going. Do you think maybe you'll get confused as where the pieces go that you plugged in? I don't think so. I like to put, you know, a little heading at the top of where that scene goes, so I can put it back in the book. I just keep it at the end of the manuscript, kind of. I do a page break and put it down at the bottom until I get to the section it needs to go. Or sometimes I'll just go back to the drawing board and check my outline. Let me get to that in a second. To see like, where the heck am I going with this? Because sometimes your brain, right, it gets tired. So I know people who like to just sort of free flow, pants it, just start writing. And your brain is like, look, I've been wandering around this forest for a really long time. Like, where are we going? Like, do you want to go north, south, east, or west? So sometimes when you just have a goal for whatever scene you're working on, like so-and-so dies at the end of this, or this is where so-and-so and so-and-so meet, you know, here. And just give your brain a goal to work toward, and it'll start coming much faster. The other thing that happens too, and that's part of like not knowing where you're going or not knowing who your characters are, there's something you don't know, right, that's holding you back. So, okay, so the first tip again was writing down the parts that you already know you're going to put in there, or you suspect you will. You may cut them later, who knows, but it's always better to get words on paper that you can rearrange as you like than staring at a blank page. Blank pages don't help anything. So true that. The second tip I have for you is creativity doesn't happen in a vacuum. So if you've had one of those weeks of like routine after routine after routine, you know, wake up at 8 or earlier, I'm sorry, show up at work at 8, right? And all the chores that come in line with your day, meal times and all that, you're in such a routine that your mind is closed to like the unknown, to these ideas, right? Ideas are unknown things that need to get in there somehow. So you need to be in what I call like a relaxed state, the state of flow, to let them in. I know some people can rely on heightened emotion sometimes that can work, but yeah, that can be exhausting to always want to have like this heightened state of emotion to try and get into writing. That's tough. I find that relaxing really helps, and I've had ideas come at me like while I'm standing in line at the grocery store, or filling up the gas in my car, or watching the previews in a movie theater. I've had that, and I've had to get my phone out and quickly jot down some notes so I didn't lose it. So you need to like get out and do something different. That's tip number 2. Sorry, I like start talking and I lose my train of thought. So tip number 2, get out and do something different, even if it's minor. If it's new and different to your brain, it'll help unlock you and let stuff flow in there that's been trying to reach you. So I don't even care if it's like you never walk the dog, or maybe you walk the dog every day. Walk somewhere you've never gone before. Walk around the other block, not this block, you know, or drive your car down the street with your dog and walk around another block, the neighbor's block. And you'll be surprised what comes to you by just shaking up your routine, or, you know, taking a different way to work, shopping at a different supermarket. I don't know. However minor it is, doesn't really matter. It's just that you're doing something different. you know, eating a different flavor of ice cream if you went out to get ice cream, you know, different. I'm a big fan of mint chocolate chips. So anyway, so that's tip number 2. So doing something different that will help relax you and get you into a new state where you're allowing new information in. Meditation is also one of my favorites as well. So, and I'll try different meditations. I'll meditate in different places, you know, things like that. Anyway, it's about changing up your routine. The third thing I do is I go back to the basics, but in this case, I follow Michael Haig. He's a Hollywood story consultant, and he's consulted on a lot of big blockbuster Hollywood films. And he came to a writers conference that I went to and gave the most fabulous lecture. I think I was writing notes the entire time, but you can hear him talk on YouTube. I'll try and link the interview I love where he goes through the whole thing at the end of this video, because he talks about, and it's kind of formulaic, and maybe you're not writing like a formulaic book, but it might clue you in as to what could be missing in a part of your book. Okay, so, and he also has a free, I don't know if he still does, downloaded this a long time ago and saved it, but he's got his 6-stage plot structure that you can get in PDF. His website is storymastery.com. And hold on, my dad's trying to call me. Sorry. But he outlines all the turning points, what percentage they are, what the progression is. But really, if you listen to the video of him discussing it in relation to big blockbuster movies that we all know, like, it'll click. And in the case of one of my books, like, this helped me figure out what was missing, because it's all about, number one, that he says all stories elicit emotion. So how are we going to do that? And he talks about that a great deal. And there's also the inner and outer journeys that need to be happening within the story, and how those get laid out in the 6-stage plot structure. So I don't want to ruin it for you. I highly encourage you to go and listen to his video, take notes, check out, subscribe to I think his channel is called Story Mastery. You know, get the PDF. I've also read a couple of his books. He has other interviews with other people who have different philosophies on story crafting. But yeah, I mean, back to the basics. Go back to your framework and see what could be potentially going on. So hopefully that helps. Again, the 3 tips were, number 1, write the parts that you already know are going to happen. That'll get you into the flow. Number 2, shake up your routine, do something different. Number 3, go back to the basics. So cool. Okay, well, I hope that helped, and you guys, good luck in your writing. Get all those words down. Okay, bye.